Not my first Shakedown hike, but every time I've gone out now I've added a little extra gear, and so now I've got my front pack and my backpack, and it's as I hike I'll show you some a little bit of rural France. It's a residential area, so lots of trimmed hedges and clean gardens. It's where people retire, this area. What else? Yeah, I'm only going to go to the local lake. I'm going to walk around it, but I'll see how it goes. I want to stop and do at least one sketch and make one cup of soup. Cup of tea, not cup of soup, because I'll be eating when I get home. So everything I'll be testing with this final weight. I think my bag weighs about 16 kilos. The front bag probably weighs only 4 kilos. I'll weigh that later. It's a new bag, which I liked, a small one. It's like a small military one. Before, when I've hiked on Caminos, these small square military front bags weren't available. So I carried a small school bag, really, which was great for hiking because you had all the pockets for putting pencils and things for painting. Take my glasses off. Hello, Appalachian Trail hikers and Camino friends. Yeah, I'm only doing this to get used to the kit, really. I mean, it's better than doing nothing, isn't it? I'm walking too fast. I need to slow down just a little bit. Well, I think that's normal. People tend just to set off at what they would normally walk in the street, and that's not going to work, is it? I'll turn it back around again. That is the entrance to the school grounds, and you're allowed to walk at the side of this college to get to the lake. It's an open path, but you can see there's 3 posts how to stop mopeds, and they almost stopped Morris. I had to do a little bit of a horizontal, what's the word, when you go underneath the bar, limbo dancing. The trees, distant trees there are the lake. That's just not, so you see I've not gone far, because in between cutting off the video and starting it was only a few hundred yards. There we go. So yeah, this lake is called it's called Pond of Combray. It's a man-made pond. It's been there quite a while. It probably was a natural pond once, and they've dug it all out and they've turned it into a bit of a nature reserve, and there's some light fishing. I've not seen any big fish in there, 2 or 3 pounds. Last year and the year before we had some, the beast is called a ragondin. I've had to edit that in because I couldn't pronounce it. And here's some video of the animals last year. It's a kind of a cross between an otter, large otter, a beaver, and I don't know, something else I don't know. And they're natural to France, but they're terrible burrows, and over the years farmers have been killed by the tunnels that they dig under areas, collapse, and the tractor goes over every year. But then again, every year in France 2 or 3 people get shot by hunters, run over by farmers, and shot by farmers. So it all evens out, doesn't it? But anyway, they had these 3. There was a couple that had cubs, kits, and then the following year they reappeared again, and then a little notice appeared in the newspaper that they were going to be removed, but it didn't say whether they were shot or whether they were caught and placed somewhere else. And I strongly think they were shot. It's sad. There you go. Okay, got some little school children here. Let's see what foolishness they're up to. I like to come here and paint. So that view there is familiar with people that follow my artwork. The fish net, there's fish trap net posts, and then up there. So I'm going to walk around here a few times. I'll take a bit of video as I go round and see how it goes. Quack, quack, quack. A mallard. So a whole overdose of children have just passed me. They're doing a Saturday morning training for something. So at the moment this is about as steep as I can find locally, unless I walk on some of the roads in town, which I'm not going to do. This is my Appalachian Trail simulation. Can't do much about that, I'm afraid. Strange that when you walk this side of the lake you can smell the road, and especially when a car goes past. I found that was very prevalent when I was walking Caminos. That okay, I just walk up there, turn around and walk back down again, just to get my spacing and my pacing correct. Small steps going down and small steps going up, and small steps all around the lake. Oh, that's lovely. I'll paint that after. I'll sketch that, but I need to be in shade to sketch. This is also this will be take 3. This will also be useful to see and to remind me how much video I can make on one charge of my phone. Now what I haven't done is removed or what's the word, I know it in French, I don't know in English, discontinued all the apps, put to sleep all the apps which I'm not going to need, so that they're not running in the background. And I'll do that on both my phones, because I do have a second phone. Reason being is that my first iPod, my first sort of phone that has the internet, got stolen, got taken out of my pocket on the tram going home from work one day. I knew who took it. I kept a lookout for him and his friend, who distracted me with some loud noises and smiles and laughter, and while his friend had his hands in my pocket. There you go. So the second one I got, same one, Samsung A70, bonjour. And within 1 year, well, 1 year, 1 week after, the battery stopped charging, and everybody on the internet was saying this was a big fault and Samsung are not recognising it and doing nothing about it. So I set that phone aside and I bought another one, sold the painting, bought another phone, and this is the one I'm holding now. And then a friend of mine told me of a service in town, a shop called Media Help, in English, Media Help, who would repair almost anything. And most jobs, a Mallard 747 coming in there to land, most jobs were $90 flat rate. So I got the phone repaired, and so now I have 2 phones, but 1 SIM card. But in the phone I can put in a 120 GB phone. Bonjour madame. Oui. And yeah, I can put in a 128, I think 130 GB, and just use it for storing video and photographs. We'll see how it goes. It's there. I shall make good use of it. So those of you starting to have a twinge now because I'm breathing. I've not steadied my breathing because I've been talking. See, I was here the other day, some of you will remember. I'll cut in some of the film, and I came here just to sketch. And there's only the island really with those stones in it. There's not much else. But it's a nice place to just come and practice all trees throughout the year. So you can paint the trees in winter, spring, summer. Get those kind of practice getting those reflections on the water that you can see. Yeah. So the other day, remember that? I'll show you the photo. I didn't do a sketch, but I did do a sketch of that, which I will cut in now. And here is my second steep incline. Look at that. I guess you guys on the Appalachian Trail won't even know if you go up this kind of a incline, but I'm afraid it's all I've got without me getting in the car at the moment and going off into the hills, which I will be doing, but nearer the time. So just a quick review. My gear so far, after about 1 mile, sitting nicely. The small pack, yeah, it's good. The big pack, well, my big pack continually needs adjustment when I'm walking. It's not the best of packs, and I recognise that, but I like it. And as I was saying to my dear friend the other day, a hiker, a French hiker, who said, why don't you get yourself a nice new pack to go on the Appalachian Trail with? And I said, because I want to go with this pack for our one last big hike together, and then I'll upgrade to something, and I'll probably appreciate what I get a lot more. Don't need any advice on that, thank you very much. That's the way it's going to be. Me and Mr. Pack are going on the Appalachian Trail. These trees have died, I think. They were doing well. That one snapped off 2 years ago in a storm. See photograph and painting. These two, well, they're dead. They might. I see nothing on them. Not a tad of greenery. They'll probably be. I think they were brought in and planted when the lake was empty. They were planted deliberately, and it's not worked. Hey ho. Okay. So just get this one last shot in where I painted last year, or 2 years ago. I sat here, I think it was in summer, we'll have to see. The fish are rising, and I'm going to continue and walk a little bit more until I got something else to tell you. And I'm getting back near the kids. I don't like videoing the children. Gets you into all sorts of trouble.